Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, I will be showcasing 9 different teams, 3 for each variation of course, for you to very easily clear the new Kizuna class versus Magellan and Hannyabal. The 3 variations are Strength, Psi and Dex, and all of them after level 30 get extra mechanics, but the teams in this video can deal with everything you will ever face. None of the teams will be using units from the newest bats, Super Tandem Law and Kids bats, and Team 1 from every variation will be using the new Kizuna Rare Recruit Buggy and Mr. 3 as friend captain, so you can get more tickets, but the rest of the teams do not, in case of course you cannot find any. Without further ado, let's jump into the Kizuna and challenge Magellan and Hannyabal. For the first team versus the strength variation, we are going to use Sugo as our captain with the friend captain Kizuna Rare Recruit Buggy and Mr. 3. As you can see from the subs, we need to enter on Mansery, and I am also using Halloween Boa Hancock. She is not necessary though, you can replace with any unit you want. To be honest, she does give chain lock, so it doesn't really help your damage in the final stage, but you can use her in stage number 2 and replace Karasu if you want, or if you don't use Boa and you replace her, definitely use a limit broken Karasu to reduce the special bind completely from all of your units, and then attack ending on Mansery and Mr. 3 with Buggy, who have color advantage to beat the enemy. Boa activation here will make the damage more than enough and easier for you to clear. If you do not use her, replace her with another damage booster for stage number 2. Now for stage number 3, what we are going to do is, first of all, after the preemptive is concluded, we are going to activate Treasure Map Hyogoro, who will remove the defense up completely, even when it is extended, and then he will also give us a color affinity boost. After that, you want to swap Mansery to Shirahoshi, and then activate her to completely remove paralysis, get guaranteed matching slots, and the chain boost. Then I am going to activate Boa Hancock because I am trying to get demonetized, but you do not need to activate her. And then you are going to activate your friend captain to get an attack boost. You do not care about the damage reduction shield. And finally we have Sugo, our captain. Activate her, turning everyone into a toy bear, and then activate her super type to get an ore boost, and of course tap her to easily clear the quest. Team number 2 versus the strength variation needs to use support legend Bartolomeo on Orobi, and we are using Bon Clay as captain with a friend captain Shanks crew entering on Shanks, so you can get a special cooldown reduction, and we also want to swap in stage number 2. Pirate Rumble Chaka is not necessary for this team. If you are struggling with something, feel free to replace him. For example, if you do not have Bartolomeo, you can swap him with a paralysis reducer. Now, in stage number 2, after the special bind is gone, swap to the crew and activate them, and then super easily defeat the mini-boss to proceed to stage number 3. The Shanks crew gave us a 3-turn chain lock, so we can carry it over to the final stage, and here it is extremely important to activate Bon Clay last. You're gonna understand why. First, the preemptive activates, support Bartolomeo also activates, removing 3 turns of paralysis, and then we activate Orobi to remove the rest of the paralysis even after level 30. Then we want to activate Komurasaki for an attack boost and an ore boost. Then Hyogoro will give us a color affinity boost and also remove defense up completely even after level 30. And then finally you want Bon Clay after those 2 units, so we can have a full board of guaranteed matching slots. You also want to turn Bon Clay into a Q unit, the classes do not matter, and of course he will give you a boost in base attack. And finally activate his super type 2 for more damage and easily defeat the boss. Team number 3 versus the strength variation will be using Ace and Sabo with a friend captain Super Sugo Fest Q Luffy. We are going to enter on Sabo, Denjiro and Law, and we want to charge the super swap of Ace and Sabo max before we leave stage number 1. So we are going to begin Sabo and leave on Sabo, with the next swap being the super swap. the super swap of Denjiro Kinemon and Law Chopper does not matter. As you can also see, we are also using a weird unit, Summer Nami, the Fortnite version, so you can remove 2 turns of paralysis. That's what we need, a paralysis remover in her place if you do not have her. So alongside the swap and the special of Law and Chopper, we can completely remove it even after level 30. With Nami though, you can also look good while stalling. In stage number 2, the special bind will be completely gone because of Sabo. Then you want to swap Denjiro to Kinemon, Law to Chopper, and you also want to activate the Kuja Pirates or any damage boosting unit you have there to help you beat stage number 2 easier. Then attack, beat the enemy and proceed to stage number 3. In the final stage now against Magellan and Hannyabal, after the preemptive is completed, you want to swap Chopper back to Law, so you reduce 1 turn of paralysis, you shuffle the slots, which is not necessary, and then you want to activate Law so you reduce paralysis for 3 turns more. Now we activate our other paralysis reducer, in my case Nami here, Summer Nami, and then we want to swap Kinemon to Denjiro and activate him, so we can completely reduce defense up even after level 30 and get a higher ore boost than Ace and Sabo would give us, but also boost our base attack. Then super swap to Ace finally for a full board of guaranteed matching slots and a high color affinity boost, activate their special for a higher attack boost from their captain ability, and finally activate both the special and super type ability of Luffy, so you can get a high attack boost and a chain boost. Then attack and clear the boss. The first team versus the Psy variation will be using 6-star Yamato, the Int version, and also Kizuna Recruit Buggy and Mr. 3 as friend captain. We are going to use Treasure Map Shiryu as support on any Int unit you want pretty much. And you also need to enter as Jinbe from Robin Jinbe, it's not really necessary to enter as Robin. In stage number 2, the special order is extremely important, so pay attention. You want to activate Halloween Kid first to get your specials back, and then you want to activate Moria for a full board of matching slots and an ore boost. After Moria, you want to activate Pudding so your friend captain gets their special back, but you also store the ore boost of Moria for the final stage. Then attack, targeting to beat Hannyabal in 1 turn of course. Now you have been set up for success because Kid has given us end of turn damage, which will help us bypass resilience in the final stage. Support Shiryu will activate, turning all of the poison slots into matching. Moria will give us a color affinity boost in this stage, and we also have his ore boost stored in Pudding's special. We want to activate Pudding, so we of course get the ore boost back. Then we activate Robin and Jinbe to boost our base attack. And then we want to activate Yamato as far as special goes and super type for a full board of Wano slots, a good chain boost, and also even another boost in chain with her super type. And finally comes the friend captain, which will of course boost our attack and give us damage reduction, but it's not really necessary. Then attack and very easily beat the enemy. Team number 2 versus the Psy variation will be using V3 super type Katakuri with V2 super type Marco as friend captain. This team can use stat boosting supports, but you need to have maximum bind sockets and your bind remover in the middle row, in this case Jack, and you also need to use the Moby Dick ship so you enter with 50% of your maximum HP. Now in stage number 2, you want to have NL limit broken to resist the special rewind, and then activate him to get a full board of matching slots, your specials back, and to also give Katakuri his super type ability and gain more damage from his captain ability. The V2 Marco super type, by the way, is not necessary, you do not need it at any point, but you need to hit your perfects to take out Hannyabal in 1 turn. That will be very important because you do not want to deal with any extra debuffs. Beat him and proceed to the final stage. After the preemptive here, and because we are going to be inflicted with some damage because of poison, Marco will most likely activate, giving you healing and a color affinity boost. And then what you want to do is activate Jack to reduce bind if present and get an ore boost. Then comes Fujitora, who will give you end of turn damage and will help you bypass resilience. Then Shiryu will turn all of your poison slots to matching and also give you a color affinity boost if Marco did not. Then you want to activate Katakuri for a 2x attack boost and also a conditional attack boost, which you will activate with his super type. And then you also finally want to activate Marco's special to get a high chain boost and more healing, which actually reduces your damage, but whatever. Then attack, and when your chain is over 3 times, you will do lots of damage and the end of turn damage will finish the enemy off. Team number 3 and the final one versus the Psy variation will be using double Summer Reiju as captain. And then I'm again using V2 Marco. If you do not have him, do not worry. I used him mainly because he is a very high color affinity booster, but if you miss him, replace with any color affinity booster you want. Halloween Shanks, for example, will do just fine. In stage number 2 here, you want to have Pirate Rumble Rayleigh so you can get your specials back, and of course we are going to activate him first, and he will also give us a chain boost, which is nice for damage. Then we want to activate our Captain Reiju special and also super type ability to get an ore boost and an attack boost. Do not worry, even if you are using your guest captain, you will have another Reiju special activation automatically because of the poison slots, so make certain you activate everything here I said so you can beat Hannibal in one turn. Another thing that is very important for this team's success is to have maximum bind sockets and Akainu, who is your bind remover, in the middle row so he can evade bind after level 30 when it appears. With this team, if you think you need more damage, replace Moria with a unit that gives you a chain lock for over 3 times. Now Reiju's special will be activated automatically and you will gain guaranteed matching slots. Then activate Akainu to get end of turn damage and reduce bind. Then Treasure Map Moria for a chain boost and a boost in base attack. Then Marco for a color affinity boost, and finally the other Reiju super type for an ore boost, and then attack, doing a lot of damage after your chain goes to 3 times. Team 1 versus the Dex variation will be using versus Ace and the friend captain Buggy Mr. 3. As you can see, we entered on Nami and Sabo to get special cooldown reduction, very important, and also have in mind that Ace and Marco are not boosted by our friend captain. That of course means they will do the less damage compared to the other units, so start your attacking chains with them. Now in stage number 2, you want to swap Nami to Usopp, then you want to swap Sabo to Koala, and then activate Reiju. She will remove the damage reduction, and the important part here is to end on either the friend captain or Usopp in the attacking chain, because these two units have color advantage and a color affinity boost, so they can help you easily beat Magellan in one turn, which of course you need to do. For the final stage, your friend captain removes despair for 6 turns, so you need to at least have level 2 despair sockets. Then you want to swap to Nami and activate her. That will give you a color affinity boost for all of the units except Marco. Then you want to swap Koala to Sabo and then activate them for a full board of guaranteed matching slots and a high attack boost for everyone. Then you want to activate Marco for a damage reduction shield and also a chain boost, but later on he will remove attack down too. Ace will give you chain boundaries and an ore boost. And finally, Buggy and Mr. 3 will remove despair completely. You are ready to attack starting with Ace and Marco, and of course you are going to be able to easily take the damage after their defeat as well. Team number 2 versus the Dex variation will be using Luffy Sanji entering on Luffy and the 3 Sweet Commanders as friend captains, so they can completely remove the despair in the final stage. You also need to have someone from the Charlotte family as a sub, so they can get their super type and you can gain more damage. In my case, I am using Anniversary LRR Perospero. In stage 1, I also swap to Sanji. I would advise you to do the same. So in stage number 2 you have two options. Depending on your slots, you either want to swap to Luffy first for RCV matching slots, or you want to activate Cavendish first to get Dex and Q matching. That will depend on the slots you have more of on the team. That will help you get more matching slots and beat Magellan easier. Cavendish will also give you a chain lock and remove damage reduction, of course. So beat Magellan in one turn and proceed. For us to survive the final damage, even though we have Luffy Sanji and we can probably even do it with overheal, just for safety, I am going to use Kizuna reward Barto support on Luffy Sanji to reduce the damage taken by 50%. Now the despair is completely gone because of the 3 Sweet Commanders, and you want to activate Luffy first for a very high attack boost. That way support Barto will also activate for the damage reduction, then the friend captain will give us a chain boost and a color affinity boost, then the super type will of course increase our damage even more. Perospero will give us a 2 times ore boost. You can also replace him with a unit like Colosseum Oven. Boa later on will remove attack down, earlier on she's not important. And Buggy will give us a full board of matching slots and chain boundaries. Then attack and super easily beat the enemy and also survive the end of turn damage. Team number 3 versus the Dex variation, and the final one for this video will be using Toki with the friend captain Summer Vivi. Of course, since we are using Toki, the damage will be mainly coming from 2 units in the final stage, but that is absolutely fine. In stage number 2, it is very important to activate Toki, activate her first so you do not forget, and transition your captains, meaning herself and Summer Vivi, into the Toki state. That way, they will completely evade despair in the final stage. Then you want to activate Colosseum Okiku for an ore boost and to remove the damage reduction, and then Treasure Map Ace to get a full board of matching slots and then attack boost, allowing you to beat Magellan extremely easily in one turn. Now in the final stage, do not worry, Okiku's ore boost won't interrupt the Toki one, you will get the partial boost anyway. And what you want to do first is activate Summer Vivi for a full board of matching slots and to boost the ore boost. Then activate Toki super type for a color affinity boost. Then activate Summer Festival Treasure Map Stussy to boost the color affinity boost. And finally Halloween Kizuna Rebecca to get a threshold and also a chain boost. Then attack, ending with your captains to do tons of damage, and of course with the threshold buff super easily tank the final hit as well. And these are my 9 teams for you to easily beat Kizuna versus Magellan and Hannyabal. If you have any questions, tell me in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, definitely leave a like, I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.